Attention Texans fans, training camp kicked off with a bombshell that nobody expected so early. Mysterious injuries, medical decisions that strike right at the team's future, and a shocking backstage movement that could change Houston Texans' landscape this season. What's going on in the corridors over there is not just routine, it's an alarm that puts the fan base on high alert. Get ready to understand every detail that may impact the Texans' performance. Welcome! Show your support for the Texans by hitting 100 likes on today's video. Running back Joe Mixon, a key piece in the Texans' offense, begins training camp under worrying circumstances, listed on the non-football injury NFI list. This means his injury is unrelated to games, but rather an incident during individual offseason training. Mixon, turning 29 soon, missed summer activities wearing a walking boot, raising many questions about his fitness for the upcoming season. The news of such a vital player sidelined this way just before camp is a red alert for the coaching staff and fans who place huge expectations on him. Last year, Joe Mixon had a solid performance in 14 games, rushing for 1,016 yards and scoring 11 touchdowns. These impressive numbers made him a cornerstone of the Texans' offensive strategy, and his absence could leave a hard-to-fill void in the backfield. Head coach DeMeco Ryans' staff has already made clear their intent to ease Mixon back gradually, to avoid rushing his return and risking further injury. Even so, uncertainty remains, with fans wondering if he will be ready to lead Houston's attack again. Beyond Mixon, other important names also started camp on the injured list, including rookie cornerback Elijah Huggy and running backs Dameon Pierce and J.J. Taylor. With the position already fragile, Houston's offensive running duties now weigh heavily on newcomers like Nick Chubb, recently acquired and with AFC North experience, and young players such as Woody Marks. These athletes will be put through the grind to maintain cohesion and respond under pressure if Mixon's absence prolongs. The camp's opening reflects the technical and physical hurdles the offensive line and backfield must overcome. The situation at Texans' backfield clearly signals the need to adjust offensive strategy immediately. Greater emphasis might be placed on ball security and play variety to counterbalance Mixon's temporary loss. This first phase of training camp becomes critical for the roster to gel and prove whether these substitutes can deliver in a highly demanding, injury-plagued environment. How the staff manages these challenges will define Houston's offensive rhythm this season. Shifting focus, the Texans' defense prepares for the near future with news that has not gone unnoticed: a potential signing of former Pro Bowler Christian Wilkins. Recently released by the Las Vegas Raiders, Wilkins is a heavyweight name available to Houston. Known for his versatility on the defensive line, Wilkins excels both in stopping the run and applying quarterback pressure. His resume, with seasons featuring double-digit sacks and multiple QB hurries, shows the caliber of player Houston might add to fill a persistent defensive interior gap. This 29-year-old defender's release from the Raiders amid controversy over his foot injury rehab and the franchise's move to void $35.2 million of guaranteed money is certainly a calculated risk for the Texans. However, adding Wilkins could be a bold move by Houston's front office to boost the front seven with an elite impact player, potentially transforming an already strong defense under Ryans into a dominant force in 2025. Last year, the Texans ranked 5th in yards allowed per game, and Wilkins could be the catalyst to push that defense to elite status in 2025.
Wilkins' ability to impact the run game is equally crucial. According to Pro Football Focus, he earned a grade above 80 in run defense last season, a key improvement for Houston's defensive line, which struggled with run stopping in 2024. By plugging this weak spot, Wilkins would not only strengthen pass rush capabilities alongside stars like Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, but also firmly control the trenches. This balanced defensive identity is exactly what Ryans aims for, blending aggression with physical domination. There is a catch. Wilkins started camp on the physically unable to perform PUP list, sidelining him for at least the first 4 games of the regular season. Although not ideal, this initial downtime does not negate the substantial medium-term benefits of his return at full health. For the Texans, the gamble could be worthwhile, offering rotation depth and tactical flexibility that could make a critical difference down the stretch. An investment like this, despite initial doubts, might be exactly what Houston needs to elevate its defense to the next competitive level. Combined, these two situations expose the Texans to a roller coaster of expectation and worry. On one side, uncertainty around Joe Mixon's recovery threatens the offensive firepower many rely upon. On the other, the prospect of acquiring Christian Wilkins stirs hope for defensive reinforcement that could swing momentum in Houston's favor. How the front office and coaching staff navigate these variables will directly influence the season's success or failure. Fans find themselves in a tense spot. Patience will be tested while faith in the team's rebuilding process becomes indispensable. We are at a crossroads that could define the Texans in the NFL. Managing Mixon's physical return alongside the strategic addition of Wilkins encapsulates the quest for balance between offense and defense, aiming for a full and competitive squad. Following these developments closely is crucial, as injuries and roster integrations always bring risks. Houston's proactive attitude amidst adversity already signals toughness, but fans deserve clear, swift answers to keep hope alive throughout the season. With all this laid out, it's time to ask, what comes next for the Texans? How will the mix of uncertainty around a key offensive player and the possible boost by a defensively impactful signing reshape the team's narrative? This duality between risk and opportunity creates a fascinating scenario, not only challenging the coaches but also actively involving fans, who pressure for results and decisions that could restore Houston Texans to prominence within the AFC South. It's a call for supporters to stay informed and engaged, as the team's future may depend on collective choices and resilience. In summary, the Houston Texans embark on the preseason under circumstances requiring intense focus and strategy. Managing Joe Mixon's injury and the potential addition of Christian Wilkins are pivotal factors for the team's competitive output. Should Mixon regain his form and Wilkins join actively post-recovery, Houston can surprise and rejoin the championship race. If not, the Texans face a tough season, demanding quick, efficient solutions on and off the field. How they balance these two factors will be decisive for 2025's success or failure. So, Texans fans, do you believe Joe Mixon will overcome this injury in time to lead the offense once again? Or will the team have to fully rely on Nick Chubb and young backs? Regarding Christian Wilkins, do you think he still has the stamina to transform the defensive line? Or is he a risky investment that might not pay off? Share your opinion. We want to know your take on these pressing team dilemmas. Don't forget to like this video if you want more exclusive Texans analyses. Subscribe to the channel not to miss any updates, and of course, comment below so we can keep this conversation going. Your participation is essential to foster rich debates and spotlight what really matters for our team.